So what is good, y'all? It's Anime K here, and we are back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about why Thorfinn versus Heild was just genius, right? Just genius. So in order to tell you guys why it's such a genius fight, we have to give you the backstory on Thorfinn and Heild. During January 1019, Thorfinn and his group started their journey to go to Greece, and they happened to stop by an area that Heild was living in. Heild helps them kill a bear that they were having trouble with, and while Thorfinn was getting his injuries from the bear treated, he introduced himself to Heild. Sorry, I don't know how to really pronounce it. I'll just call it Heild. They then cook the bear and eat it together as a meal. Druid asks Heild why she lives as a hunter. So if you don't know who she is, she's basically the girl that Thorfinn's with now. Heild then explains her past to them. She says that 8 years ago, her family was killed by an invasion of warriors. She says the leader's name was Askeladd, and that a young warrior was the one who killed her father. Heild recalls his companions calling out his name, Thorfinn. Thorfinn is visibly shaken by her story and confesses that it was indeed him that killed her father. Heild thanks the Lord for guiding her to this day and draws her crossbow on Thorfinn. Now, the first reason why this is so genius, right, we have to take a look at Thorfinn's backstory and how this is such a full circle moment. So if you guys remember Floki, he was one of Thor's old comrades, and he visits Thor in Iceland and tells him, look, you're going to have to come fight in the war, or we're going to be forced to kill everyone in your village. Along that lines, right, he basically says he's going to attack the village, so Thor is forced to come to war. Now, Thorfinn sneaks onto the boat that Thor is leaving on, and as they are leaving, they run into Askeladd, and Askeladd basically, he tells Thor, look, we're going to kill you and everyone on that boat. Even though he doesn't want to fight, he's forced to fight to protect everyone on the boat, and he takes down every single one of Askeladd's men without killing a single one of them, which in itself is an impressive feat, right? And then he has a one-on-one duel with Askeladd, and if Thor's won the fight, Askeladd had to let everyone else go. So Thor ends up winning this fight and winning the duel, but Askeladd still kills Thor in the end, but lets everyone else on the boat go. Now Thorfinn, he's visibly angry, he's upset, his dad's just died, and he vows to get revenge against Askeladd. Now, why this is such a full circle moment, because Heild, she essentially is Thorfinn. She is Thorfinn. Her father was killed by Thorfinn, just like Thorfinn's father was killed by Askeladd, and I think it forces Thorfinn to kind of even get more of a perspective of what he actually did to people, because she essentially is him. She's looking for revenge just as he was looking for revenge. Now, Heild showing up in the story, I think is just genius, and the Villain Saga author, again, he's just a genius, because I've not seen an anime actually really show revenge in this way, because I always use Naruto as an example in a lot of my videos, because one, is my favorite anime, and two, I know so much about it, and there's a lot of revenge stories in Naruto, and the main revenge story in Naruto is Sasuke. Now, I never really see animes predict revenge like this, where a character actually goes on a revenge tour, goes on a revenge killing spree, right, and then actually gets proper repercussions for it. Now, Sasuke, he has repercussions, don't get me wrong, he feels bad, he goes on a journey of reflection. He does like what, maybe like 5 to 6 months in prison. But have you seen an anime really show someone actually coming to kill them because of what they did, and it be such a full circle moment? Because I think it's just genius, because Heild coming out of nowhere in the story and actually coming to kill Thorfinn is such an amazing moment. And the fact that the author doesn't show most of Thorfinn's journey, and the fact that the author thought to write this in, I just love it so much. Right, I just love it, because it's, like I said before, it's a full circle moment with Thorfinn, and he's able to see how he probably was when he was looking for revenge. Most of the characters in most animes that go for revenge, they'll, you know, go on their revenge tour, they'll find redemption, and then they're kind of forgiven by everyone, and there's no repercussions. But this is Thorfinn's repercussions, and even though, yes, he's now deciding to live his life better, what the author is trying to show you is, even if you do decide to live your life better, there's still going to be repercussions for your past. And I think the way Thorfinn handles it is perfect, because even though he can't change his past, the way he handles his future and the way he handles the situation now will kind of shape the man Thorfinn wants to be and is trying to be now in the future. Now, Heild, she tries to kill Thorfinn, so like I said in the first part, she draws her bow on Thorfinn. And Thorfinn doesn't die straight away, he dodges it. Now, like I said, I've not read the manga, so I can't give you guys all the details on the fight, but she fails to kill him the first time. But she decides to follow Thorfinn around, and Thorfinn basically says, look, once I'm done with my journey, you're more than welcome to kill me. Now, I remember panel Aina was a bit shocked, like, you can't just let her kill you. But this again shows Thor's impact on Thorfinn, because even though Thor's was shot by arrows with Askeladd's men, you can see Thor's, he didn't want revenge on them. He wasn't angry. He just wanted to show his son that revenge isn't the right way, and that fighting with a sword is not the right way. And he's still sticking to his morals, and he's sticking to his newfound way of, I have no enemies. So he was not going to kill her, he was not going to attack her, and he was not going to fight her back. And Thorfinn feels like, look, if she has to kill him, it's deserved, and that's what he gets for his past. And that, how can he then try to fight her? Because he feels bad for what he's done, and he feels like if he has to be killed by her for what he's done in his past, then it's totally deserved. As they go on the journey, you can see Heild sees that Thorfinn has changed a lot. He's become a better person. Thorfinn is helping a lot of people, and she sees that he's not the same person that killed her father. And in the end, she ends up forgiving Thorfinn, and you can see Thorfinn is crying. Now, I think he's crying for two reasons, right? The first reason, because obviously she forgave him and said, you are a true warrior, and he doesn't actually have to die, right? So I think that's the first reason why he's crying, obviously. And the second reason is because Heild, she is a better person than Thorfinn is, because the fact that she's able to forgive him, that's something Thorfinn was never able to do. He was never able to forgive Askeladd. The only differences between them two is Askeladd just ended up dying, so he was never able to carry out his revenge. But I think that's what he can recognize. I think he kind of has a moment where he thinks, I wish I would have done the same thing, because she could have easily done what he did, you know, wasted 8-9 years of her life trying to kill him, trying to go back and forth, and she could have ended up doing it, but she would have felt so empty. But the fact that she's able to forgive him and move on shows the maturity in her, and I think that's why Thorfinn cries, and that's why I love this whole interaction between them two, because the way the author sets it up and the way the author does it, like I said before, I've just not seen it animated. And it also shows a message to you that, look, the actions that you do right now, they can have repercussions, they can have a ripple effect. And I think there's so many messages and there's so many lessons from Vinland Saga, but I think this right here is such an important message, and I can't wait for this to get animated when, and I don't know when we're even going to get a season 3 of Vinland Saga, because I feel like, you know, we've not even had anything announced yet or anything, but whenever this is announced and whenever this is put in the anime, I think will just be so amazing. Now, I don't know if this will be season 3, because this is quite far into the manga, so I feel like it might be like a season 4, but we can all learn something from this interaction and learn that, look, your actions have consequences, and no matter how many years it takes, whether it's a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, the choices you make now will eventually creep up to you. The main point from this video is to say, look, your actions have consequences, and this whole interaction between Thorfinn and Heild, I think it's helped Thorfinn grow even more. Sorry I couldn't go into depth into the actual story, but like I said, I've not read the manga, but I was so excited to make a video on this, because I think this whole interaction between them, like I said again, and I'll keep saying it, it's just genius from the author, right? And please drop season 3 of Vinland Saga quickly, please, because we're all waiting. Right now, your anime has hype, and I think you should catapult off that. You should take that and just keep it going. But look, like and subscribe, share the video. If you like videos like this, go watch my recent video about the anti-heroes and stuff like that, and go watch my other videos. And look, this has been Anime K. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video, and thank you for watching, listening, or however you choose to indulge in my content. And peace, I'm out.